see so many of these on the internet about Chibsons. This is give you my input. I think the best way to do it. I've ordered a lot of these for people. I don't have a lot of them myself, but I do all alterations on them. First thing should do is always order a case, because I've gotten them broken, um, and a lot of times you can't get your money back. And the cases aren't that bad. This one here is only like $70, and if you look at it, it looks just like the Gibson case. I mean, I can't tell the difference at all, hardly. Um, and it's cheaper than buying them in the United States. This is a Sorry about that. This is one that I'm currently working on for a guy. This is a Jimmy Page model. The I'll tell you how I do them, and everybody does them differently. I don't like keeping anything. I just gut them and throw everything out. First thing I did was this one was scrap those cheap tuners, those fake Gibson tuners, and I put a set of Grovers on the back, just like Jimmy Page's originally. This came with the plastic tuners, and I even get rid of this, but he wants to keep this. I usually put a Gibson one on, and first thing I do is usually put a bone nut on it, get rid of that cheap plastic thing. It's garbage, and do fretboard leveling, which sometimes can be quite extensive, as in this one. It was about 16 frets, which was ridiculous. I've had them where I didn't have to do any work, and some of them only one or two frets, but this one was ridiculous. And after I got them, first thing I do is I shield the body cavities. I get it on eBay. It's a copper tape that you can buy. It's like $5 a roll, and a lot of times I'll exchange out this bridge for um, for a Gibson bridge, and sometimes they just want to leave them alone. There's quite extensive re-drilling done to do that. Also, there's re-drilling needed a lot of times when I replace the knobs. Now this one here, this Jimmy Page model, this is the first one I got where the holes will not need to be re-drilled when I replace them with Gibson pots. Usually they're smaller than this, so that's something they started changing. Um, I shield the body cavities in the back. I gut out all the electronics. This one I bought a Gibson set of pots, the board to go in there off of eBay. That'll be going in tomorrow. So that's about all as far as I've gotten on this one. Here's one here that's finished. He wanted to keep the Chibson bridge, but a lot of times I yank these out, and you can get those. You can get replacement bridges on eBay for 10 or 15 bucks that are a lot better bridges than that. This one had to re-drill the holes for the Gibson pots. This one's all shielded as well. I redid the fretboard, leveled everything. This one I put the standard Gibson standard truss rod cover on it, along with Gibson standard tuners. Got rid of those cheap fakes that look like them, but they're garbage. Get rid of them. They don't stay in tune. This one actually has all the electronics that the Les Paul Standard has. It's from Gibson. Everything's shielded. It's got the burst buckers in it. Um, it's a nice sounding instrument. It usually runs about $310 for everything to be exchanged out. So if you're paying $350, so you've got about 660 invested in it with the case usually, and you get it's I think it's a better quality than the Epiphone when you get it all done. This one I replaced with a brass nut. I don't know if you can tell. This is the first one I ever did with a brass nut. I have a Gibson LPM that I bought that has the brass nut, and I really like it. So tried that one out, and I also used I used steel wool to get rid of all the excess clear coat to give it a flat finish on the back of the neck so you can get a little speed. With the standard gloss, it's not as fast as I think as without it. Not much you can do with the cheap cheesy inlays, but I mean overall for like $650, you got a pretty decent guitar when you're done with it. Well, I hope you like video, and maybe I'll do some more if people want to see more. Thanks.